Chrisean Rock's journey to fame wasn't an easy one. From an abusive childhood to a meteoric rise in the spotlight, it seemed like she had escaped her troubled past. However, a string of controversies, mental breakdowns, and a high-profile arrest have left many fans disillusioned. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the series of events that led to Chrisean's fall from grace. Chrisean first captured the public's attention in 2020 when she appeared on rapper Blueface's OnlyFans reality dating show, Blue Girls Club. With the world in lockdown, Blueface saw an opportunity to create a unique show that combined competition with drama, where women competed for his affection. Chrisean, a bold and determined contestant, was there with one goal in mind: to win Blueface's heart. From the start, it was clear she wasn't going to blend in with the others. Her fiery personality set her apart, making her an immediate standout. As the weeks progressed, Chrisean grew closer to Blueface, and viewers quickly believed she would be the winner. However, drama was brewing behind the scenes. One of the other women on the show, Jaden Alexis, who was also Blueface's baby mama, took issue with Chrisean's growing connection with the rapper. The tension boiled over, resulting in a heated confrontation that led to Chrisean losing her front tooth. The incident was shocking. Chrisean slipped, fell, and collided with a statue, knocking out her tooth in the process. This embarrassing moment was live-streamed, quickly spreading across social media and adding to her notoriety. Instead of retreating in shame, Chrisean embraced the situation with humor, even adopting the nickname Big Baby due to her missing tooth. She joked about the incident on social media, and eventually revealed that Blueface had offered to pay for a permanent replacement. Despite this, she chose to wait, openly admitting she was procrastinating. Chrisean went on to win the show and entered a public relationship with Blueface, marking the beginning of a very tumultuous chapter in her life. Before diving into the messy drama that followed, it's important to understand Chrisean's troubled upbringing. Raised in Baltimore, Maryland, Chrisean faced a childhood marked by abuse, neglect, and instability. Her mother battled addiction, which led to homelessness for Chrisean and her siblings from the age of 9. Though her father was frequently in prison when he was around, he was violent, adding to the already toxic household environment. Despite the odds, Chrisean found solace in athletics and became a talented track and field athlete. She earned a scholarship to Santa Monica College, where her life seemed poised to improve. But fate had other plans. Chrisean's breakthrough came when she won $10,000 on the Fox show Ultimate Tag, which gave her the confidence to pursue a career in entertainment. Her appearance on Blue Girls Club in 2020 marked the start of her professional journey. Shortly after, she was signed to Blueface's label, and she released her debut single, Lonely, which was followed by the hit track Vibe in 2021. Chrisean's success as an artist seemed inevitable, and her popularity was skyrocketing. Unfortunately, it wasn't long before Chrisean's rise to stardom was overshadowed by her increasingly toxic relationship with Blueface. The couple's public relationship became one of the most controversial and dramatic in the entertainment world. In February 2022, Blueface revealed that Chrisean had broken into his house, cut herself, and written "I love Blue" in her blood on the wall. The situation escalated quickly, with Chrisean allegedly stealing Blueface's car and using it for illicit activities. This chaotic incident was just the beginning of a long list of bizarre and troubling events. In one of the more shocking moments, Blueface shared text messages between him and Chrisean, where he urged her to turn herself in and not destroy her life. Chrisean responded with paranoia and defensiveness, further revealing the instability in their relationship. Despite this, the couple reunited shortly after the incident. Their drama continued to escalate, culminating in a viral fight during Memorial Day weekend 2022. While at a family cookout with Blueface's mother and sister, a physical altercation broke out between them and Chrisean. The brawl quickly gained attention online, showcasing the unhealthy dynamics between Chrisean and Blueface's family. This incident was just one of many that exposed the toxic and volatile nature of their relationship. What began as a promising rise to fame has since turned into a cautionary tale of fame, instability, and emotional turmoil. Chrisean Rock's journey from a troubled childhood to the spotlight shows the complex layers behind her rise and fall, with her toxic relationship and mental health struggles at the forefront of her narrative. The altercation between Chrisean Rock and Blueface's mother, Cararissa Saffold, marked a shocking and painful moment in the ongoing drama surrounding their tumultuous relationships. In the aftermath, Cararissa took to social media to express her outrage and vent her frustration, using Instagram as her platform for both emotional release and public condemnation. With the images of her visibly swollen face, the emotional and physical toll of the confrontation was clear to anyone who viewed her posts. Her face bore the marks of an intense physical struggle, and her words only deepened the gravity of the situation, revealing just how severely the altercation had affected. Her Carissa's posts on Instagram painted a stark picture of her heartbreak and fury. She shared photos of her bruised face, with every swollen detail serving as a silent testament to the violence and hostility that had occurred. The images were a powerful reminder of how quickly a situation can escalate, leaving both physical and emotional scars in its wake. Carissa's choice to share these images with the world was not only an attempt to express her pain, but also to convey the depth of her hurt to anyone following the drama between her, Blueface, and Chrisean. The decision to publicly post such personal and intimate photos spoke volumes about her need for validation and support, as well as her desperation for others to understand the gravity of what she had endured. Her words in the Instagram caption added another layer of intensity to the situation. Cararissa declared with conviction, "All I know is my son will never bring that person around my family ever again in life. And that's all that matters." These words made it clear that the altercation had done far more than just damage her physical appearance. It had torn apart the delicate fabric of her relationship with her son. The mother-son bond, already complicated by the public nature of their family's drama, had now been fractured by a violent encounter. Carissa's statement was resolute, and it conveyed a deep sense of betrayal. She made it apparent that, for her, the emotional toll was far more significant than the physical one, as her primary concern now was protecting her family from any further harm caused by Chrisean. The tension between Cararissa and Chrisean Rock has been a central theme throughout Blueface's relationship with the controversial artist, but this altercation marked a breaking point. Carissa's reaction showed that, despite all the chaos surrounding Blueface's romantic life and career, the protection of her family, particularly her son, was non-negotiable. Her anger and hurt were palpable, and the public nature of her outcry underscored how deeply personal the conflict had become. For Cararissa, this was no longer just about a toxic relationship or family drama. It had become a matter of trust and safety. In the aftermath of the altercation, Carissa's words and the images of her injuries served as a rallying cry for those who supported her stance, and they also highlighted the larger emotional turmoil at play. It wasn't simply about physical pain. It was about the emotional betrayal of a woman feeling like an outsider in her own family, estranged by the presence of someone she clearly felt was toxic. Her decision to speak out publicly about the situation brought a sharp, raw focus to the damage caused by violence in relationships, particularly in families that are already grappling with personal and public struggles. Her post acted as both a warning and a plea for respect, reminding those following the saga that family boundaries once crossed can be difficult, if not impossible, to mend. As the situation continued to unfold, Carissa's outcry served as a reminder that even in the most public of families, there are deeply personal and painful consequences to violence. For Blueface, this incident not only jeopardized his relationship with Chrisean, but also put his bond with his mother in jeopardy. The words, "never again," echoed throughout the online community, marking a point of no return and a turning point in a saga that has only continued to spiral. The altercation didn't stop there. Blueface's sister, Kay Miller, was also left, injured and hospitalized. Days later, Kay shared her side of the story on Instagram, claiming that Blueface had not only punched her, but also struck their mother during the violent outburst. She called out her brother's actions, labeling him a lame and accusing him of showing no respect for his family. Kay also alleged that she and her husband were jumped by several men, including Blueface himself. Chrisean later provided her own justification for the fight. She explained that she had been defending herself and her relationship, stating that Blueface's mother had been disrespecting both her son and her, throwing things at her and getting in Blueface's face. In her view, the confrontation was fueled by disrespect, and she wasn't about to back down. Fast forward to August 2022, and Chrisean and Blueface were once again in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. While partying at a bar in Arizona, their already strained relationship erupted into a physical confrontation. Chrisean allegedly struck Blueface in the face, leading to a police intervention. Despite being the victim of assault, Blueface reportedly tried to convince the officers to release Chrisean, though she was taken into custody. Not long after, Blueface would make headlines for an incident that saw him sucker-punching Chrisean's father during a family gathering. The confrontation began when Chrisean's father exchanged heated words with Blueface. Chrisean's father threw the first punch, stunning the rapper, but Blueface quickly retaliated, knocking Chrisean's father to the ground. The altercation, captured on camera, went viral, further fueling the chaotic narrative surrounding the couple. In the aftermath, Chrisean voiced her support for Blueface, taking to Twitter, now deleted, to express her views on her father's actions. She justified Blueface's actions, revealing her painful childhood experiences, including abuse at the hands of her father. Chrisean recounted how her father had once tied her mother up in the woods and violently beaten her, adding layers to her defense of Blueface. Yet the drama didn't stop there. Just a month later, Chrisean and Blueface's volatile relationship took another ugly turn. In September 2022, while walking through Los Angeles, the couple's argument escalated into a physical fight. Chrisean suffered facial injuries, including a busted lip, nose, and eye, after allegedly being struck by Blueface. The image of her bruised face went viral, igniting widespread outrage. However, in a shocking twist, Chrisean later retracted her claims of domestic violence. In an Instagram live session, she explained that she had been drinking and was experiencing a mental breakdown, which led her to behave erratically. Chrisean admitted to attempting to jump out of a moving car and insisted Blueface had only been trying to protect her. 2022 had been an eventful and turbulent year for the couple, but the drama continued to unfold into 2023. Chrisean, now pregnant with Blueface's child, found herself at the center of yet another controversy. During an interview on the Know For Sure podcast, Chrisean made a shocking revelation. She had terminated multiple pregnancies while in her tumultuous relationship with Blueface. She shared that she had ended at least 3 pregnancies over the past few years, but this time, she was determined to keep the baby. Her comments stirred up significant debate. Some sympathized with her decision, while others criticized her for her honesty, especially given the volatile nature of her relationship with Blueface. Chrisean's statement, "I killed like 3 of them," resonated deeply, reflecting her complex feelings about motherhood and her tumultuous past with Blueface. The controversies didn't stop there. As her pregnancy progressed, Chrisean was seen smoking marijuana on national TV during an episode of Crazy in Love, sparking outrage. Many viewers criticized her for smoking while pregnant, calling for intervention from Child Protective Services. Despite the backlash, Chrisean remained unapologetic, continuing to smoke through her pregnancy, with Blueface publicly supporting her actions on social media. Then came another shocking twist. Blueface demanded a DNA test to confirm the paternity of Chrisean's child. This request set off a new wave of backlash against both of them. Despite the drama, Chrisean eventually went for the test, and the results confirmed her claims, putting to rest any lingering doubts surrounding the baby's paternity. Chrisean and Blueface's relationship continued to play out in the public eye, filled with controversies, physical altercations, and complicated emotional dynamics. Their ongoing drama has highlighted the toxic patterns that have defined their connection, with the world watching as their story unfolds, one scandal at a time. Chrisean Rock stirred up social media once again when she went live on Instagram, addressing her critics and expressing concerns about the traditional birthing process. In her typical no-holds-barred style, she also set the record straight on her baby's paternity. "Oh yeah, I got the DNA test, it's his child," she declared, before humorously adding, "It's funny though, when we did the lie detector test, he was so eager to record it. But when I took the DNA test, he should have been there too." Despite the back-and-forth drama, Chrisean was still determined to set the narrative right, silencing the skeptics. However, in December 2023, just a few months after the birth of Chrisean Jr., Blueface dropped a bombshell on social media that left fans in shock. In a series of posts on platform X, Blueface revealed that a DNA test had confirmed he was not the father of Chrisean Rock's son. His first tweet read, "Tell me why I snuck and swabbed this baby's DNA. Results came in, and I'm not." The father. SMH. He went on to express a mix of disbelief and relief, writing, "It's a bittersweet feeling, I was coming around to it, but it's definitely in my best interest. Thank you, Jesus." Blueface had previously referred to Chrisean Jr as his son, even stepping in during an incident in a Walmart where Chrisean Rock was seen handling the baby improperly. Yet, with the paternity question now settled, Blueface seemed relieved to put that chapter behind him and refocus on his family, including his 2 children with Jade and Alexis. But the chaos didn't stop there. Chrisean Rock's legal troubles were mounting. In August 2023, while filming for Baddies East, Chrisean found herself embroiled in a fight with internet personality Whoa Vicky. The altercation reportedly started over a TikTok post which Chrisean allegedly took issue with. Despite Vicky's apology, the situation escalated when Chrisean, who was pregnant at the time, attacked Vicky, leaving visible bruises. The incident led to legal action, and Chrisean was briefly jailed. The public response was divided. Some supported Vicky, while others criticized her for involving the police. Blueface himself weighed in on the matter, expressing frustration in a now-deleted tweet. "SMH, I told her not to go on that show, Free My Son, but the drama didn't end with that incident." In November 2023, Chrisean caused an uproar once, again at a Tamar Braxton concert. After arriving drunk and smelling of weed, she got into a dispute with one of Braxton's backup singers, James Chanel, over her refusal to perform on stage. The argument quickly escalated, and Chrisean allegedly hit Chanel, leaving him with a bloody face and a chipped tooth. Instead of expressing remorse, Chrisean went live on Instagram, where she denied the assault and claimed that rumors about her were nothing more than clout chasing. The situation only grew worse when a video emerged showing Chrisean and Braxton's team looking uncomfortable during a photo op. Chrisean's behavior was widely criticized, but she seemed unfazed, continuing to act out in public. By April 2024, Chrisean's legal woes took a darker turn. A warrant for her arrest had been issued in Oklahoma for stealing Blueface's car and using it to transport and sell crack cocaine. Despite being aware of the warrant, Chrisean chose to avoid turning herself in, fearing that her son might be left without both parents if they were both incarcerated. The story took another dramatic twist when Chrisean attended Blueface's court hearing in California in June 2024. Law enforcement had been waiting for her, and she was arrested on a fugitive warrant for the Oklahoma charges. Chrisean was then extradited to Oklahoma, facing the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence. But before she could be processed, she had to serve time in California for a separate misdemeanor assault charge, which stemmed from an incident earlier in the year. Chrisean was sentenced to 30 days in prison for assault with a deadly weapon without a firearm. Her transfer to Oklahoma took place on August 7, 2024, and as she arrived at the correctional facility, the public continued to follow her every move. Chrisean's fans were divided. Some were sympathetic, while others believed she deserved to face the consequences of her actions. Miraculously, on September 6, 2024, Chrisean was released from jail in Oklahoma when her charges were dropped. Overcome with emotion, she took to Instagram to express her gratitude. "To be with you today, free just a couple days from your birthday, is a blessing," she wrote, capturing the sense of relief she felt. Chrisean also thanked Jesus for saving her, vowing to focus on being a better mother and person moving forward. Chrisean Rock's life has unfolded in the public eye, marked by controversy, reckless behavior, and a series of tumultuous events that have sparked both sympathy and criticism. From her highly publicized relationship with rapper Blueface to her legal battles and erratic behavior, Chrisean has faced numerous challenges that have at times overshadowed her potential. Yet, amid all the chaos, there seems to be a flicker of hope, a chance for redemption. Whether she can truly rise above her past and transform into the nurturing, responsible mother she aspires to be is still uncertain, but her story offers a unique perspective on resilience, growth, and the capacity for change. At the heart of Chrisean's journey lies the complex struggle between her past mistakes and her desire to improve. The media has often cast her as a villain, someone whose reckless decisions have hurt those around her, including her young son, Chrisean Jr. Her history of legal issues, explosive outbursts, and toxic relationships paints a picture of a woman in turmoil. However, the very fact that she has been able to confront these issues head-on is a testament to her resilience. It's easy to assume that people trapped in destructive cycles are incapable of change, but Chrisean's ongoing attempts at reevaluating her actions suggest she is at least trying to break free from that pattern. Her second chance at redemption is an important turning point, not just for her, but also for her son. Despite her previous mistakes, there is an undeniable desire within her to be a better mother. It's not uncommon for individuals who have experienced hardship and made poor decisions to feel a deep sense of regret and guilt, especially when those mistakes directly affect their children. Chrisean's desire to make things right is evident, particularly in the moments when she's been vocal about how much she wants to focus on being there for her son. There's a vulnerability in her attempts to change that invites sympathy from those who may have once written her off. The path to redemption is rarely smooth, especially when it involves undoing the damage caused by years of reckless living. Chrisean's struggles have been well documented, and the road ahead will undoubtedly be filled with challenges. From ongoing legal battles to the strain of public scrutiny, it will take more than a few good intentions for Chrisean to rebuild her life and her relationship with her son. She'll need to confront her past head-on and demonstrate through consistent action that she can change, which is no easy feat for anyone. However, change is possible, and Chrisean's resilience is a key ingredient in that process. Despite the obstacles, Chrisean has made progress, however incremental. Her acknowledgement of her past mistakes and her desire to improve represent an essential first step toward personal growth. There's a growing recognition that she is more than the sum of her past actions. She is a woman striving for a better future, not just for herself, but for her son as well. While her journey is far from over, and she will likely encounter setbacks along the way, the fact that she is still trying shows that she's not giving up on herself or on her family. In the end, Chrisean's life serves as a powerful reminder that redemption is a personal journey, one that requires both self-reflection and action. The road ahead may be difficult, but with resilience, determination, and a willingness to confront her past, Chrisean Rock may yet prove that it's never too late to rewrite your story. Paraphrase and or write the following text with a completely fresh perspective. Use creative phrasing and unique sentence structures to deliver the same information, but in an engaging, educational, and human-like manner. Ensure the rewritten text doesn't feel reused or robotic. Make it insightful, with no irrelevant details. Add or important information removed. When it comes to raising a child, the foundation of good morals and values is crucial. However, it seems like Chrisean Rock isn't offering any of that to her son. Without the proper guidance, he won't know the difference between right and wrong unless someone else steps in to teach him. Without a role model who can instill these lessons, the child risks mirroring Chrisean's behavior, which seems to revolve around self-interest and a superficial attitude toward life. She prioritizes the baddie persona over genuine care or consideration for others, but that approach won't work for raising a child. It's not enough to just look good on the outside. True character, especially for a child, is about how they treat others and what values they hold dear. The idea that the child could grow up lacking proper guidance on empathy, respect, and personal responsibility is concerning. He could end up taking after Chrisean if there's no intervention, and that would lead him down a path of confusion and struggle. It's easy to see that the child's future could be shaped by the neglectful attitude Chrisean has shown. Without someone to step in and show him the right way, he'll likely face many more challenges. What's more, the backlash against Chrisean isn't just about her actions, but also how they impact the child. People like Cararissa, who are fighting for what's best for the child, aren't just crashing out for no reason. If it were anyone's grandchild in this position, many would do the same thing, fight for the child's future, even if it means standing up against a neglectful parent. It's about making sure the child has a shot at a better life, not just watching it slip away because of one person's irresponsibility. It's hard to ignore the broader cultural influence at play too. Shows like Baddies may entertain millions, but they also promote an image of chaos and disarray that could impact the way young people see the world. The behavior that's celebrated on such platforms doesn't reflect the kind of guidance and discipline needed for real success in life. Unfortunately, some people get sucked into this mindset, thinking that being tough or a baddie is the way to go. But it's more about living a grounded, thoughtful life than putting on a facade of confidence. The problem is that this kind of influence doesn't just stay on the screen. It starts affecting how people behave in the real world. Young viewers of these shows might start to believe that this ruthless persona is what gets results, when in fact it's just a path toward deeper chaos and emptiness. It's easy to get lost in the entertainment, but sometimes it's important to step back and question what's being celebrated and why. The message often gets muddled, and we forget that being a baddie isn't a meaningful way to live your life. It's just a fleeting act. In the end, it's clear that the situation here is far from simple. It's a matter of whether or not the child will get the help they need to avoid the struggles that come with neglect and a lack of moral guidance. And it's about whether or not people can see the impact of their actions before it's too late. What are your thoughts on everything mentioned here? How do you feel about Christian's role as a mother and the consequences of her choices? I'd love to hear your perspective.